You know, I'm just not gonna do a, the starting screen right now. I'm already a little late. And by a little late, I mean an hour. But it's neither here nor there right now. I'm gonna write down that I started stream. Alright. As you can see, I am Alphinaud Littleur, his distant Lalafelian cousin. We have the same name at times, but you know, we're from the side of the family that they don't like to talk about. So I just need to charge my... my phone's fine. It's at 91. Rather. I was gonna use the the varsity cap that I normally like. But it's a lot of stuff. Swap this over to party just in case I do need to say anything to anyone. I don't even think I have a dungeon lined up for today. Let's see. We're doing an end to the song. Oh, no, we got dungeon actually in a little bit. What? 1, 2, 3, 4? And yes, I am still a warrior. That doesn't really fit him all too much, but it's fine. I might change the axe. Through the haze of pain, I swear I sensed. But no. The past is done. And we must look to the future. At long last, Nidhogg is gone. His foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives the ordeal. I know I could have done that on Friday, but I was exhausted. Your battle with Nidhogg's shade will beget many an epic ballad. Little Alphinaud, Littleur. And rightfully so. It was, without a doubt, one of your more ethical victories. Though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And only for your sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused with Nestinian's mail. Yet, even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. You got it, brother. I was so tempted to use my my Fantasia to make myself look more like Alphinaud, and honestly, I wouldn't be against just being a little Alphinaud running around. Okay, you look awesome. What is that shirt? See, so where is it? Oops. This is the hat I like, cause look at that. That's really cute together, right? But like that little bit of hair that pops out. Actually, what if I? Okay, what if I apply that? Unequip. Where'd I put it? Here. Apply that. I mean, that does give a more me vibe. So maybe I should keep it. But I really wish I could just have these glasses without the hat. Because it would work so well. Ooh, that's a nice top. So what's the deal? I had to put on the same stance as him as well. And in the future, I too shall become Sage. Little Master Alphinaud, my honored friends, as if winning Hraesvelgar to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. 1,000,000 gil. Plus 1,000,000 more. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true savior of the day were Little and Estinian, one triumph over Nidhogg's shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? Gotta make sure that that my stuff is actually, you know, pulled up right now. Like, and make sure everything's working. Good evening, Daniel. How are you doing today, buddy? I'm a little out of it today. I did some shopping yesterday, and then I rested. I don't think I played a single game yesterday. I loaded up 14 to do roulettes, but couldn't even, like, get past the queue time. I was just so exhausted. I'm a little bit better today, but it's just more a lack of sleep at this point. So, apologies for not, like, doing Phasmo yesterday. I know I said it was a potential, but still, I was like, oh man, I really want to play Phas. Like, that's still where I'm at. It's just lack of sleep, horror game, weak heart, not a good combo. The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary, where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier captain. I am told he is yet to regain consciousness, but as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Aymeric is never long from Estinian's bedside, and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmund, and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. Very well, First Commander. Come, Little. 'Twould seem that we are awaited at Fortaunt Manor. Feel up for it? Play this week? Yeah. I'll probably still do a run sometime soon. I mean, it's not like I have to play it on Halloween or anything specifically. But I do want to see what the Halloween update is like. I'm still also really sad that they delayed the console release again. Because my best friend's been wanting to play the game really badly, but she doesn't have a working computer.
The heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
I gave every ounce of my strength, but mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
He really just called them out. It's like he didn't say a single word. I'm very proud of him.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
I am most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
Our master Alphinaud has grown. The plight of his stricken brother-in-arms pains him more than his own hurts.
Yeah, just a little bit.
In which respect he has come to resemble you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
Do you think... So, we're called the Warrior of Light because we're fighting against darkness and everything, right? We're called the Warrior of Darkness because we're fighting light. Do you think in the future we'll ever get a, like in Dawntrail, will we be called the Warrior of Dawn? I'm assuming we're still, like, fighting against darkness and everything in it. But, like, I wonder if, like, there'll be another expansion where we get like a warrior of and then a lighting format. Light, dark, dawn, dusk. Ooh, the warrior of dawn sounds really dope. Absolutely. The warrior of 5. It's like, why the number 5? Because that's how many fingers we have left. It's like, alright. Got it. My friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphinaud? Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. While he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not refuse. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Hraesvelgar's trial and all that followed. Estinian is blessed to have such a devoted comrade. That's not very Alphinaud of me. I would like, you know, like a Warrior of Dawn, Warrior of Dusk vibe in the future as well. To be fair, I just like the Warrior of Dawn because it just sounds really dope. But Dusk is like the best looking like sky visual. Warrior of Twilight, actually. Or the Twilight Warrior. Sounds pretty dope. My own friendship with Estinian began some 10 years ago, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon after, but Estinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow, which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained, had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on a patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, and such life-threatening situation are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphinaud, he sensed something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidlings of Estinian, Alphinaud has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Estinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once, and I can well understand Alphinaud's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly... Lord Commander, your presence is required in the infirmary. Izzy, tell them I am on my way. My axe is at the ready. Quickly, Little. We must go. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. You know what? I'm gonna do an early restart of the game. Just because I had it open for like 30 minutes beforehand. Just being AFK and such. So I would like to not have any audio issues happen potentially earlier. Because I actually don't know if the game being open for a certain amount of time is what causes it, or OBS being open for a certain amount of time with the game causes it. So, there's that. Ooh. I'll put that up there. All right. I'm assuming they're all audios.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
He's like, do you see me for such a weakling?
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphinaud thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything.
Or dead.
Or dead. Aye, 'twas but a jest.
Look at him smile.
Thank you, Alphinaud. And you too, Warrior of Light.
He looks like he's like, oh
Quite
shit, there's
how
two.
you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall, I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible. I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me? There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard, as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing.
Is Alphinaud's foot in the floor?
Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest.
Yes, their feet are in the floor. So is Amaric's. Or the carpet.
Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state.
Hey,
The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
They're like, we get you don't want to be Archbishop, but you are the highest ranking Lord.
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace.
Let's go, dragons. Waggy.
The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an azure dragoon for a new age.
Was he gonna give flowers to his crush? I'm floating.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortam, Heavensward. I haven't even looked yet. The Imperium. Do it for Gully. Oops, wrong thing. Do 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 do. Ba da ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba da ba ba ba. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home, little. I don't have something in my throat. Pardon me. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of the office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for a generation lies in tatters, and I then am to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down. And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords? I don't know, something snarky Alphinaud would say. That isn't meant to be snarky, but, you know. Sometimes he doesn't get his words across right. But these questions are for me to answer. It is not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience, and it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Little, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphinaud. But I am Master Alphinaud. He am. Also realized, so I'm like cosplaying as Alphinaud now, but soon, at least before dawntrail releases, I will be cosplaying as my favorite protag, being Clive Rossfield. Ben Starr. The best of the best. And I'm so excited for that. I want nothing more than to be Clive. I like big swords. You're a summoner. You don't have a big sword as a summoner, you have a book. So, you spoke with Sir Aymeric. I do not envy him in his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble, from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Aymeric to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains a small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadows of inscrutable Asian machinations and seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. In the wake of Ishgard's government reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel from selected destination locales from Ishgard Landing. We're getting more of them. I'm so happy now. For how much I love, like, Ardbert's gang, I don't remember much of, like, their time. So, like, they're a bit before Stormblood and the job quests later on in Shadowbringers. Like I love the boy. Thank you, Blaris. Nay, you need not to remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place.
Where's that?
All is proceeding as expected then. Aye, there is naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. Alize. Let's go. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They'll play their part and we will play ours. Ruff. He's so angry he barks. And thus did grey mist give way to azure skies, man and dragoon rise above, voices joined in song, but beneath shrouded burrows beyond the scope of light, stars shine. Or fall or something. Oh, shadow stirs. That makes more sense. Money. Oh, but eggnog. Master Frog, you are come at a most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you have been present to receive it, but in any event. Sir Aymeric de Borrel, Lord Speaker of House of Lords, and Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borrel, cordially invites Master Frog to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, that intervening moons afforded little opportunity of leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain the Lord sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I would, but I haven't the foggiest what to wear. Any thoughts? You would ask me? Well, I am sure that as a personal friend of Sir Aymeric, you are at liberty to wear whatever you deem appropriate. That said, when in doubt, a man of note could do far worse than an alpine coat. At least that is what Lord Emmanuelin has been heard to say. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. There you go. A man of House Burrell shall be waiting near there to escort you the rest of way.
There's quests inside, you say? Maybe later.
Amric Raban. Seem like they would actually... Yeah, they really do. Who else really cares about the work? That's not like a major part of the Scions. Is it weird to say that I think, in their own twisted ways, both Xenos and, Emmett both truly care about the warrior in a weird, twisted way, both of them. Little lady. Little lady, little lad. Little one. Xenos more than Emmett, but still. Who else truly cares about the word? Yeah, Xenos is like in like the most like twist. I feel like Xenos is to the Warrior of Light that Joker is to Batman. He feels incomplete if the Warrior of Light isn't there. And I love that because Xenos is baby boy. But also I love Emmett. His voice is just chef's kiss. Who else truly cares about us? Yeah, that's literally what it is. Like, I could see Xenos saying, without the Warrior of Light, there's no meaning to combat. Like, Joker, without Batman, crime has no punchline. Like, that shit. Without the Warrior of Light, bloodshed has no meaning. He wants the thrill of battle, and we can give that thrill. Greetings and well met, Master Frog. I have the honor and privilege to serve as head steward of House Burrell, though admittedly our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble families, being countable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say, a man of action, such as yourself, enjoys nary a moment of respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I am sure, but for this day we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. I wish I could use that voice more often. I like doing that, I'll say, kind of sound. Look at us. I love the way Little looks right now so much.
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
I love his voice actor so much because that's just like true enjoyment right there, which is more the reason why everyone should love this boy Aymeric.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a
Or he's just
welcome
like, he
change from the
really
arid
is.
reports which fill my days.
I love him. I also really like Ian, but I feel like there's less of a relationship there. But he's still a cool guy. It really is. I hope that in Dawntrail we get more moments to enjoy ourselves, but I feel like
Though I have lived in these lands my entire
everything
life,
will just
to hear you speak of them, there
keep
is
going
much
rough for
and
us.
more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Though perhaps a bit long for my liking. It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Why not join me on the next? My husband. Look at that smile.
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention. Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you. May I ask a personal question?
Have you ever been with a man
Now
before?
that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
That's such a deep
Lord
question,
Commander,
too.
pray forgive the interruption.
News from House Fulton?
He just looks us deep in our eyes, holds our hand, is like, you ever been with an Ellison before? It's like, whoa, wait.
An urgent message
I mean,
for the
we're
Warrior
called
of
the-
Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay.
We are called the Warrior of Light and Darkness. So obviously, if we fight for both sides, we play for both teams as well.
Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago, bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
We fight both ways, we swing both ways, exactly.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
You know what they say, you can't go on a swing and only go forward. Sometimes you need to go back too.
For every ending marks a new beginning.
Ooh.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
Trail.
As did he.
Who's talking right now? Oops. I need to go see my sister.
Only to be drawn
Cousin.
into another
I don't know if she,
battlefield.
what I would consider her if
Another
I'm dressed as
cause.
Alphinaud,
As if
Littleur.
by fate.
What was the joke? I think I said I was their cousin that is from the Lalafelian side of the family. You're both named after our great-great-grandfather, Alphinaud. Welcome, Master Frog. Shall I show you inside the manor?
Yes. Yes, please.
Bong 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 bada bong 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 bong. It's like, oh gods, there's two of them.
Is that...
Alize, Alphinaud's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one.
Ceremony.
Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own.
Poorly.
I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder.
To the knee.
'Twas only
Like a
after
true
we had
warrior.
made good our escape
Adventurer.
that I realized it was poisoned.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, She is my sister.
I would love to be the one
To
who
be
kills her.
reunited with her, only to lose her forever. Gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphinaud. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons.
Chirurgeons.
Bear Mistress Littleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphinaud, is the Warrior of Light, is he with you? Don't go, there is something I must say.
And she looks up, she's like, holy shit, you look like him too.
The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelphatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her.
So we must kill her first.
You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Littleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Of course.
Do 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 do. Zelphatol is our next dungeon, which we are about to do. Surely they won't let her. Yes, I know. We must trust Captain Whitecape and his chirurgeons. There you go. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I am uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to a matter whose conclusion we have yet the power to influence? I take the Gregnog. So, the Warrior of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then, when we first encountered them in Lothest Nath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphinaud? There is much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alize risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squandered her gift at our peril. Little, will you accompany me to Zelphatol and help me stop the Ixali ritual? You can count on me, taller Alphinaud. Given the Ishgardian shares the border with the Ixali homeland, we have vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusions in the Curthan lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphinaud. The mountains of Zephytol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Aymeric, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and the Ixali dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No experience tells me only one conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross the Zephytol by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of the camp's knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure your safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zephytol. Though my men are unqualified to confront a primal, they are more than capable of contending with the Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Edmont. In the event Mistress Alize regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information she may provide. May the Fury watch over you and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can produce any additional supplies we require at Camp Dragonhead. Procure. And this is like perfectly around the time where I would be changing my hairstyle as well for my character. So, you know, we go Alphinaud vibe. Now, how long am I going to be Alphinaud Littleur? I don't know, but definitely today and tomorrow. Little Alfie, absolutely. So look at me and my brother. Aren't we just so alike? Except I have worse eyesight and all the good looks. How are you doing today, my friend? Have you everything you require then? Excellent. The dragon to the entrance. The entrance to the pass is north of Hydaelyn and due east of Camp Dragonhead. Though it is normally guarded by a score of Ixal warriors, I have been informed that House Fortom's knights have already dispatched them. The enemy's gate lies open. We need but to walk through. I don't know why I was read to weird. Oh my god, my brain's melting. I don't know why that was weird to read. Wagon Alphinaud Littleur. And like a true Alphinaud, I have an axe. Master Frog, Master Alphinaud, as you can see, the gate is ours. Be advised that our scouts are reporting increased activity around the first mountain. Simply put, they're up to something, and don't want anyone interfering. We stand ready to escort you to Zephytol and aid you as you see fit. The enemy will be thick on the ground. Upon arrival, let us advance with care as we search for the site of their summoning ritual. If the gods are good, we should only have to contend with the Ixal, but if they are not, we may be forced to do battle with the warriors of darkness. Alright, let's see how long this will take. 5 minutes? I'll take that. That's fully done. That's fully done. That's fully done. That one is done. I guess I have every map now? Oh, nope. It would be good to actually, you know, get these. Ooh, double. It's also just, you know, good little experience. Very, very small experience, but still better than none. So, what are all the dungeons that I'm gonna have to get? I'm trying to think. All right. So I have Dusk Vigil, some all, the Airy, the Vault, Great Cabal Library, Aetherochemical Research Facility, I don't have Nevery. So I'm missing that one. I'm missing Fractal Continuum. Saint Machini. Pharaoh Cirrus Hard. And I have Anti-Tower. I'm missing Lost City of Ampidor Hard. I have Sorka. I'm missing Hullbreaker Hard. I'm about to, well, I have Zelfa till now. I'm missing Great Cabal Library, Baelsar, and Somal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 dungeons. And then this is going to be a way bigger list, I think. Nope, not looking for that game. And then here I have Thok, Limitless Blue, Singularity Reactor, Final Steps of Faith. So I'm missing Containment Bay, S1, P1, Z1, Limitless Blue Hard, Thok Hard, Minstrel Ballad, Thornton, S1 Extreme, Nidhogg's Rage, P1 Extreme, Z1 Extreme. So missing 10 trials, 9 dungeons, and 3 raids, 5, 6, 7, 8. 13, 16 raids, technically. So we got a lot of stuff to, like, do after the story still. Silence. La la. Always these. What are they called? DPS. I have a feeling, yep. I should put that there. Oh, I was so close. I really want to get more comfortable as a tank. But like also I really miss being a healer right now. I also miss actually kind of using samurai, but time for that. Like that my fishing log isn't finished. I'm a sham.
And I got heated the battle because of the FC now.
Which I always feel very bad for being quiet in an FC chat. And coming from the person who streams. So, but there's a difference. I get very, like, shy and self-conscious when talking in an FC chat. On stream, you know, it's fine to be a little goof. On FC chat, I don't want to make an idiot of myself. Why are they using the cat outfit and the pajama bottoms? And the same hat.
Fly from the sacred place, featherless ones will.
That's how they sound, right? I didn't even look at what my teammates' names were. We have Seth Deneve. We have Cordia Lestrica. And Alexis Waterfall? Alexa Waterfalls. Dun 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 dun. Now I'm really hoping for like some good stuff. How's that look actually? That is hideous. Bum 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 bum. Short and simple. I mean, somewhat short. There's what, 6 duty phases. Yo, that's a big thing, brother. Can't stun him, right? Yeah. Ouchie. That looked like it hurt, teammate. Ayo? Ayo what? Where I learned I just said something that I don't remember saying. Oh god, not again. Alright, that's a little funnier. But still no. Nothing good's coming out of here so far. That's a long thing. Oh yeah, huh, I did say that, didn't I? I meant girthy axe. That's not better. Oh, there's some over there, huh? I like flying on these things. They're cool. That's even worse. Yeah, that's almost the point. Oh, God, I don't know. That was like the first thing that came to mind. I'm like, oh, that's a really long axe or staff. I don't even know what the hell that thing would have been considered. Nothing has been dropped for a tank. Oh shit. I didn't realize more were in here. Sorry. And how often do people go, Zelfatol's my favorite dungeon. Actually, I wonder what the most popular and least popular dungeons are. Per expansion. And then I guess overall we could tell what is the most enjoyed and the least enjoyed by like general numbers. Da, 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 ba, ba, ba. Upon silver of her glory, we now call. Squawk, squawk. Reaper seems like so much fun to play. Go for it, friend.
I got accommodation. Let's go.
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Ascians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Hey, who's that guy?
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
I can try.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there.
God, she's pretty.
Know that I will happily make it quicker for you. If you just stand still.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we? You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
While you were idly consorting with the Ascians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here.
Alright, let's hear. What's my reward?
You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Ascians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the Source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. Diada. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes.
Nice rhyme, brother.
Are you?
If there is aught you would say, say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
And that's where Ryanje cries. All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. You think it could be true? To save their world, they must bring ruin to ours. No. No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever their reasons, they must be stopped. The sacrifice, the loss, it ends here. Thanks for the music, brother. That samana bleeb bleeb bleeb. He's making us work against our own. Two sides of a coin is... Alright. Forgive me. There is neither this is neither the time nor the place for idle introspection. The knights can apprise Lord Edmont of our success, and we, the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see my sister's condition, if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself if you wish. I will be at the congregation. And this is where everything starts getting even more depressed, because we aren't allowed to be happy. Moggy morning light. It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Little. What news do you have of Zafatol? From Zelfatol? Then we are not too late. On behalf of Ishgard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for who remained behind, Mistress Y'shtola has been tending to Mistress Alisaie in your absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warriors of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let us show you to her room. Do not worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother.
Alisaie, how are you feeling?
It's like good enough to kill a Catwoman.
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Zelfatol, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
I take it your mission was a success.
Would agree.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alisaie. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, to what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the Warriors of Darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alisaie and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelfatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor-bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alize, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
Ooh. Let's see it. Nice bow you got there, friend. Kind of bow is it? A bowie bow? This is the... I actually don't know where that bow's from, but holy crap, it's cool. Number 1561. True. To think that the three of us plumbed the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. Shortly after we parted ways, I had heard that she had taken to the road on her own. Apparently, she had journeyed on self-discovery. Precisely where I never learned. Though I suspect that was by design. So she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, did she? My apologies for keeping you waiting. Look at it. And she's got a lot of lifts on her shoe. Right then, shall we be off? Tatu never ceases to impress. Though for a moment I fear she might have furnished you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12, she did not. Mother and father were too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember the time at the stadium when that girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, "Sister, please, she was not my..." Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? Don't worry, cousin, I share your memories. I know that you had a little scoundrel of a relationship going on. She was too good for you. You are nothing of sorts that would be allowed to date her. I'm kidding, you're a good lad. You deserve better. So be it. Another time, perhaps. I love how so much in this expansion, they're just, like, inkling on that Alphinaud is, like, yeah, that Alphinaud is just, like, this little Riz lord. Like, because he used to write poems for women and, like, do, like, portraits for them, and apparently had some girls that were chasing after him and vice versa. Like, he's just a little Rizzling, isn't he? To be honest, Little, I I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambitions. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint. I pray you will forgive me if I do. Pleasure to have you with us. New garments aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret it if I weren't, that is all. Fair enough. Let us depart for the waking sands, then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. Urianger! The little son of a bitch. Oh, man, he's lying to us. I honestly don't remember how two sides of a coin, how, you know, this part goes forth. So we're just gonna have to see. Bippity boppity boop. I can do this on a dragon. I guess when we had that entire discussion about which scions would have the best chance at, you know, like, raising someone up, we should have been talking about Alphinaud this whole time. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphinaud, would the scholar that had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming, what bringeth thee and thine here today? The warriors of darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. He looks at me. Why do you look like Alphinaud? I too have heard tales in recent days of primal beings rising only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, this serveth but to spur the beast tribes to pursue their goals with redoubled fervor. We have two objectives at this time: to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe's crystals, to take direct action to prevent any further summoning rituals from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done. Of course, while we were fortunate enough to learn of the Ixal's plans before they came to fruition, I should be surprised if the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. Thou were wise to come hither. For this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the strait of Merlthor. O Gamoro stirreth, and there are whispers of the Lord of Crag neareth his return. Mere rumors, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst ill afford to turn a deaf ear to their claims. We must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Little. Thank you for your counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us what you learn aught else. I shall. She's a little sus. She's a little sus. If I may, brother, Urianger, is there else you would like to say? Alize? If not, then never mind. May only ask because you are normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add. Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warriors of Darkness spoke how the Ardor had the power to break down the barriers between planes. That in our worlds might be rejoining. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure you would know where to begin. That said, I have heard a telling promise tome, the Garun Oracles. Mayhap you could start there. By thy leave. Camp Overlook, was it? Very well. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. If I could do a Hermione impression, I would make that Alize's voice. In a heartbeat. You could have had us killed, or worse, expelled. I've watched one Harry Potter movie, so I know the voices, right? 7 hours at this rate, I'll have to appeal the Maelstrom command for reinforcements. Huh? Whatever is it? Oh, we don't want any. Whatever it is, we don't want any. Well, fancy that. Just when my kobold problems look like they be coming to head, signs of the 7th Dawn turn up. Itching to pitch in. Bloody brilliant timing is what it is. Right then, let's get to it. Alright, this is unlikely allies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think we will continue that tomorrow. Actually, wait. No, you know, we'll do one more. We'll do this one. And then leave 11 quests for tomorrow. Plus 1 dungeon. So, our friendly neighbors in Ugamaru have got much more aggressive, as like if you just said. Matter of fact, our scouts spotted one sniffing about the stores just now, likely looking to make off with an armful of crystals. I'll be damned if I'm about to let that happen. Lend a hand and help us search the camp for the little bugger, would you? Yes, sir. Our Maelstrom friends seem notably more agitated than when we first arrived. Do you happen to know why that might be? Kobold in the camp, you say? That would appear to corroborate Urianger's information, yes. But to be so reckless as to infiltrate a Maelstrom camp and draw attention to their efforts is passing strange. Well then, there will be time to think on this later. For the present, we must do everything in our power to prevent the Titan's summoning. And that means finding and questioning this kobold. Ba 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 da ba da na 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 ba dum ba da bum bum ba dum ba da bum bum ba ba da na 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 na. Gotta look around the corners all first because I know that I'm a little dumb sometimes because I just don't actually look around properly anywhere. He's probably right in front of my damn eyes. There he is. Oh, you're so tiny. Legasp.
Stay back. Away far back. I'm not, it's no use. Pointless, hopeless, no use.
Whoa, you are freaking out.
Please, please, don't hurt me. I only wish to talk. Yes, just talk.
No, guy, I don't want you to get scared.
This was a stupid plan. Stupid, but if I know no one, then everyone will. He found me again. What to do. I come in peace, only to talk. Speak, say, talk. So please do not hurt me.
So, this is our wily kobold infiltrator, is it? No wonder the soldiers were on edge. He could have very well given one a bruised knee. Eorzea, we finally got him fireworks, scions. So, little one, you thought you could sneak into my camp, did you? Plotting to steal my crystals, were you?
No. I come to talk. To ask for help. But when you soldiers saw me, they drew their weapons and shouted, and I...
Now. Let us all take a deep breath and discuss this like civilized individuals. What is your name, child?
Pikmin Gabu of the 268th Order. At least I will be a Pikmin one day.
Well met, Gabu. I am Alphinaud. This is my sister Alize. Little, the man who found you, is our friend. And now you know our names, and we can be friends too. The commander, Bloedin, here thinks you wanted to take his crystals, Gabu, but you said you came to ask us for help. Why to us? Why not your own people? What happened, Gabu? Can you tell us? No one is gonna hurt you, alright? Not while you're here. Not while we're here, I promise.
The Patriarch, he's no. The Patriarch is going to summon the Great Father again. And you have to stop him, beat him, fight him, stop him. Gabu's parents said they didn't want it, along with many others. But the Patriarch wouldn't listen. He was so angry, raging, fuming, angry. He said that if they don't have iron in their hearts, they would serve as cook for the furnace. And then the gods took my parents and the others away. I haven't seen any of them since.
Coke for the furnace? They're making Coca-Cola. I do not want to believe it, but I have heard tales of foci fashioned from the bones of beastmen, which worshippers used in their rituals, hoping to summon more powerful incarnations of their gods. By the 12, that is sickening.
No one listens to Gabu, no matter how much he cries, pleads, begs, cries. They do not listen, only talk about punishing the overdwellers and praising the Great Father. But Gabu loves the Great Father. He loves his parents too, so please help Gabu stop Patriarch and save his parents.
Patriarch, I don't know what the word is. Commander, advise Maelstrom Command that Titan summoning is imminent. Should the worst come to the worst, we will require their support. Time being of the essence, we three will attempt to infiltrate the Kobold stronghold, secure their crystals, and free their prisoners. Oh, if you sure? No, forgive me if I don't seem optimistic. We'll make sure we're ready just in case. I picture that man as a little drunkard. I have faith that we may yet stop the ritual. We would surely have detected the associated etheric disturbance had Titan manifested already. But I cannot speak for the prisoners. 12 have mercy, that they would even contemplate sacrificing their own flesh and blood. Brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. Time is of the essence. We must see what else Gabu knows and formulate plans without further delay. Go in. Okay. That is the end of stream. So thank you, Daniel, Lunar, for both hanging out. Anyone who was lurking, that is highly appreciated. If you're new, please like and sub. I'll be live again tomorrow. We will be doing... The goal is to go from the beast that mourned at the heart of the mountain to either an ending to mark a new beginning or the end of patch 3.5. So, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good rest of your day. I'm going to get some food and rest. So take care and bye-bye.